Hey, gang. It's Tuesday. Oh, no. All right. More music. Be right back. I'll fix my mic. Check 1, 2. All right. I think we got it. I love our theme song. Big day today. Big night last night. Night number 1 of, I got to bring my phones down here a second. Okay, there we go. Night number 1 of the DNC. And of course, one of the biggest asshats in the world was there. Now, first, let me say, I am a conservative on many issues. But even before that, 99.1 WDJY, time now 11:03 on the East Coast, 4:03 or 16:03 out in the UK, 10:03 in Chicago, where one of my biggest fans is, and the good Lord knows I love him, Benny Johnson, in his infinite wisdom. He's down here in Tampa with me, but now he's at the DNC because, being the real journalist that he is, he's up there trying to find ignorant Harris supporters and whoever else, and trying to make an ass out of them during the course of an interview. And I'm looking at this footage on Twitter, and I struggled for a minute because I kind of sort of recognized the whole thing, but I couldn't quite place it. Wasn't really sure. And I'm like, oh, there it is. I recognize this now. Liberal journalists have been doing it to you people since 2015. And you still haven't wised up. But first, boxers, MMA. I actually got to get those show notes out. Boxers, MMA, and kisses. What could I possibly be talking about? Yesterday's toast of the morning sauce was in the direction of everybody on Facebook who got in whatever Facebook fights about politics, of course, the Olympics, opening ceremonies, men dressed as women boxing, which didn't happen, all that lovely stuff. I just got to find which one I saved this to. There's basically three different formats. There's Monday, where we have, as part of the show, Mirror Mirror Monday. Marcella checked in yesterday. Really happy to see things going a lot better in her world. Okay, so that's on that one. It's on the wrong day, but that's okay. I just need some of these links somewhere, if they're still here. There we go. Yeah, this is awesome. I tried setting some of this stuff up before, and it doesn't matter how early I get into the studio, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. But one of the big things was, I think it was an Italian boxer for somewhere, I don't remember, but a female boxer, like 43 seconds into the fight, walks off because she thinks she's boxing a dude. And of course, people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the one that got lucky with the book all jump on social media and start making all kinds of comments and accusations about something they know nothing about. And when I tell you nothing, if you'd waste your time to go read some of these asshats posts, wow, it would be impressive. It would be impressive. The stupidity. I mean, I have this like paranoid feeling that I'm missing something. You don't have that today. Okay. I've got a checklist, and doing some of this pre-show prep where, of course, I get, I got to fix the camera too. Look at, there we go. So if you're watching on video, it's not an accident. The dog mascot for Mastiff Media is on the green screen right behind me, and it's right behind me. So the size of the head, when I sit in front of the camera, and I bumped the camera the other day, this is all getting rearranged later today. I bumped the camera the other day, and so now it's out of whack. But there we go. I think we got it. When I sit in my spot at the desk here in the doghouse, my head is in front of that logo, in front of that mascot. I'll switch camera angles here so you can see what I'm talking about, those that are watching. There it is. When you're with us, you're running with the big dogs. We're the little guy, but we're out there giving you actual facts, actual expert analysis, and our site, mastiff.media, is on the way. So when I sit in front of the camera, I cover that dog head with the exception of the ears. And it looks like the ears are like now my ears, or like there's some filter or something. It doesn't, you can tell the difference, but you know what I mean. So, oh, we got there. Deadly crash in Queens, and somebody ran. So, Imaine Khalif and Lin Yu Ting are female boxers, one from Algeria, the other from Taiwan. They're female boxers. This has actually been proven. Assorted tests, examinations, investigations, etc. they don't necessarily stereotypically look like cisgender women. But do you remember the Eastern Europeans from old and the Russian women who had mustaches? And now all of a sudden, we can't have that. Without the steroids, by the way. So today's Pierre moment, I got to get that up too. Let me see. There it is. Pierre's pot. There's a little play on words there. We've got a rather colorful flower, but in front of which is a pot of coffee. And this is from a Philly DJ that I followed when I lived in the Philadelphia area. He would do a toast to some, as he would call them, good citizen. And I'm totally stealing the bit because I think it's a great thing to do. Sometimes they're not good citizens. Yesterday, with all the knuckleheads that get in Facebook fights. Today, I was thinking about this. I'm not sure which way I want to go. But I think we're going to go to those who actually have done even an attempt to find out about these two female athletes and that they are legitimate female athletes. So, and then stood up to people like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, JKGR, Rowling, whatever, whoever. Didn't matter. They stood up because it was the right thing to do. So for what's left of it, I had to go to Duncan today. We'll tell you that story in a minute. But it's today's toast of the morning sauce in your direction. Anybody, really, who stands up to the people who need to be sat down. Oh, I like that too. Oh, that's good. As is Dunkin' Coffee, my brand. All right, so, and here's the ignorance that I'm talking about. Something we've got to do something with. It's really not that hard. And I'm going to, just for the cheap shots, what else? Cheap laughs. Definitely that. Oh, see, that's why I got a checklist. I just realized 2 Twitter Spaces accounts, and I didn't start the show yet there. Welcome, Twitter. So part of the network, the video goes to Talk TV 24 is one Twitter account. And then Twitter Spaces, we open up 2 different web browsers and send the audio to my personal account. The Twitter space, the Talk TV 24 is validated or whatever. It has that stupid ass check mark. So I know that's going to get more bragging, courtesy of Elon. Maybe. I don't even know. But then I got 2 other accounts. One is the actual up the middle account where we send audio. I meant to get that one, the check mark, and for some reason it came up in the other one. Whatever. But so we're on up the middle, and also Yerg's. Actual handles are at Yerg's Up Middle and at Yerger Ross. If you want to join on Twitter. Today on the videos, 2 YouTube channels, Talk TV 24 and Up the Middle. We're on Facebook's Yerg's Radio page, the page for Up the Middle, the other page for Up the Middle, the Yerger Group page, the Shea Yerg's Key Calker, that's my place in Belize, and on my personal profile. You have to have now, we can't go to all the pages that we were going to because we don't have 100 subs on it yet, or followers, or lovers, or whatever you want to call it. So until we get that, we can't use them anymore. That happened back in June. LinkedIn, we're on my personal profile because I've got like thousands of people following me there already. So I'm not going to be stupid. We do have a page there for both Mastiff Media and Up the Middle. and the Yerger Group. Check them both out. Check them all out. Twitch, Yerg's Media. We are no longer Yerg's Media. We're actually Mastiff Media now. The dot now. We're actually Mastiff.media, and that's the company is Mastiff Media. The Yerger Group doing business as Mastiff Media is all the video media news. We're on Rumble, Talk TV 24 for Twitter, as I said. D Live is another big one that a lot of the kids are using. Radio stations, by the way, and a lot of gamers and such are using Twitch, which we mentioned a moment ago. Rainbow Radio and my personal page, not the account for Facebook. Like I said, we don't have enough yet there. And there's some technical issues with our Telegram account. We don't seem to be able to edit it properly. To go to that. Radio, it's Yerg's Radio, rainbowradio.gay, 99.1 WDJY in Atlanta. You can get them on the internet, wdjyfm.com. And on Fridays, we're working on this too and increasing that, 1490 WWPR here in Tampa Bay. That's going to be growing as well. You can get that 1490 WWPR.com. All right, that's everybody. So I'm cruising Facebook over the weekend. Found some friends from home. One lady who posts and I was actually going to call people out by name, and I think, well, not yet. But one lady who posts the article of the boxer. And it was a very slanted view, an inaccurate view. And it was just very ignorant that they blindly post this information simply because it aligns with their beliefs. And to be clear, gang, it aligns with mine as well. I don't think men should be boxing women. We're going to talk about that in a second, kind of sort of related to this whole issue. I don't think men should be boxing women. I guess if women want to box men, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. There's one that's, wow. That's the MMA part of what we're going to talk about today. So, everybody jumps on this bandwagon that they're just, it's disappointing because these are some pretty smart people. Some really decent people. Like I said, people from my hometown that I've known in many cases my whole life. I'll replay or restate a quote I did in one of the episodes last summer, 2023, because I know we're kind of getting to the end of this summer. 2023, you can be a conservative. I don't know which one I said first, but you're going to get the idea. You can be a conservative. You can be a Republican and not be an asshole. Remember when you just disagreed with somebody on the other side of the spectrum? And it wasn't this us versus them, right versus wrong. I'm brilliant, you're stupid. Practices and beliefs that are frankly bullshit. That's not what governing, that's not what politics is about. And I'm telling you that as a political scientist. That's my degree. You think I wasn't watching for 21 years when I was standing alongside of very historic political people? So these people get up and say, oh, that's disgusting. And, what has the Olympics come to? all this do-gooder crap that if they just realized another thing I've said last summer that I'm regurgitating because of the necessity. You don't have to be able, you no longer, I'm dating myself, you no longer have to be able to spell Google to be able to use it. Now, just you open up your web browser into the bar where you would usually put a URL, it's a web address. You just type a question. And chances are, especially if you're using Chrome as a browser or some of the others, chances are Google is your search engine. Now, the others are fine too. If you use Microsoft or Safari with Apple, whatever, doesn't matter. You're going to get decent information. And yes, because of algorithms, it's not going to be identical from one to the other, but that's a good thing. You're going to get decent information. And you would have learned that, I got to try to find her name again. Emaine Khalif and Lin Yu Ting. Sorry, voice correct. Still dealing with that issue. Lin Yu Ting are both ladies. They may not look like the ladies you hang out with or might be interested in, but as God's creations, they are ladies. But weren't exactly treated like it. And now, I guess Khalif is actually suing Donald Trump and Elon. And I hope they get it. Moving on to the similar story, Craig Jones is a notable, famous, popular, whatever word you want to use, MMA fighter. I'm trying to find the actual video. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to share a screen. You'll hear the audio. I don't think this is cool. I don't think this is funny. But I am showing it because you need to see what's going on in the intergender athletics. Let's move that over.
Man, I mean, really. A bitch, man. Craig, really? Man, I mean, fuck you, man. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. Cross the line. Cross the line.
Maybe because the accent couldn't exactly hear exactly what was said. But they do this thing where they stare each other down. It's like they're playing chicken. And I don't get it. That's what I loved about hockey. You only lasted in that for a couple of seconds, and then the gloves went flying, and it was time to go. Then you got to stand there and look at each other and flex. And, well, we talked earlier about, what Iman Khalif and so on look like. This lady, remember when we used to use the word Amazon? Because it described it might be a fictional character because I think it kind of associated with the Wonder Woman storyline. But this woman is taller than him by a whole head. And maybe this Craig dude ain't the biggest guy, but he's, you know, the next thing in MMA fighting. And he's got some invitational that I guess is popular. So he's doing that. But he's into this intergender fight with this female MMA fighter. And they're at the weigh-in. Meanwhile, there's nobody there. And when I say, I mean, this makes Trump's events look full. There's literally, and I do mean that word literally nobody there. It's some dude sitting back in a chair. It's like it's like a lunchroom, conference room. There's a bunch of round tables, banquet room kind of thing. There's the fake drop ceiling. So, you know, it's an interior room somewhere. And there's the two fighters, this guy sitting in shorts and, you know, sneakers and no socks look, and the cameraman. That's it. And they do the whole stare down thing. And this little guy reaches up to this Amazon woman, grabs her by the cheeks, pulls her in, and plants a kiss right in the lips. If that is staged, it's still not okay. The reason that's not still okay is because it's still endorsing conduct that is not okay. You know, I don't know why that's supposed to be funny, except by people that have massive levels of insecurity. All right, so yeah, that's the first one. Got to take a break. There we go. Got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about last night's DNC and Benny Johnson's best effort to become a real journalist. 99.1 WDJY. It's Mastiff Media Network. We'll be back after this.
Smell nasty. Do you want to freshen it up a little bit? Go to aromabypeter.com. Check out all of Peter's candles. It's what we burn here in Studio Yerg's. I'm burning right now leather scented candle. That's right, leather scented. So go to aromabypeter.com/Yerg's and check out his candles today.
I'm Jane Stahl, retired English teacher, and with my BFF, Susan Bebeck, we manage Studio B Fine Art Gallery in Boyertown, Pennsylvania. We showcase the art of hundreds of local artists, publish books of the poetry, prose, and art of local writers, offer classes, art parties, workshops, discussion groups, cater dinners. We've even hosted a wedding. And we're here to be the go-to place for friendship, learning, and fun in our community. Virtual tours of our exhibits are available right here on Yerg's Radio. Let us introduce you to some amazing art and artists.
Check out Jane Stahl and everyone at Studio B in Boyertown, Pennsylvania. Please visit our YouTube channel, Talk TV 24. How's your website doing? I'll tell you how mine's doing. It's awesome. Yergs.com is gotta be the best website for anybody in podcasting or any sort of broadcast solo journalist like me. How did I get that? Limit Break Digital. Limit Break Digital did my website with Yergs.com. They did YergerGroup.com. They take care of my marketing, my branding, and help me get the message out to you. Go to limitbreakdigital.com/Yergs for 10% off your next project. That's a $3,000 site, Yergs.com. And you can get 10% off that by just going to limitbreakdigital.com/Yergs today. Talk to Jay. That's my guy. We all got a guy and Jay's mind, limitbreakdigital.com. Hey gang, it's Yergs. Right now, our country is about to embark on yet another controversial presidential election. I have an actual question, legitimate question, as a political scientist and historian by education. If you are a Trump supporter, I want to hear from you. I want to know what your appeal to Donald Trump is at this time. Please email me news, N-E-W-Z, at yergs.com. News, N-E-W-Z, at yergz.com. Thanks. Participants must be willing to provide their contact information, answer a series of questions, and then have their first name broadcast over the radio and social media relevant to Up the Middle.
All right, we're back. Just getting some things ready for like when we end and doing the whole more professional thing. So when we end today, I got to tear some of this stuff down because later this afternoon, a new microphone is coming. We're doing the Electro Voice RE. Like if you've ever looked inside a radio station, that's what they use. And if I'm going to be getting, as much as I've tweaked everything that I've got so far, I think we're doing well, but drive my nose itches. But we have to realize that we're growing and we're doing more local things here in the Tampa Bay area to include debates of some of the local politicians, which will probably be in the studio. So I need another mic anyway. I've got 4 of these Shure, S-H-U-R-E, is a great brand of mics also. MV7. I got 4 of them. It's about $1,000 worth of mics. That's not a lot when you consider some of the other mics, like the one that's coming today was with the shock mount that's on it, the big spiderweb looking thing. It's so that when you hit the desk, or you bump something, you move something, it doesn't reverberate through and get into the mic. So that's coming. What else? Oh, right now, all 4 of my monitors, if you can switch over to the other camera, there's one of them for those of you see, and you can kind of see the second one. I got 4 monitors that I use for this show. And they're just one big line, left to right, right to left. It also blocks my view out the door of the studio, which I usually leave open because I'm the only one home, with the exception of two dogs that tear the house apart. And if I need to let one outside in the bar room next door, I leave that outside door open and just close the screen door so I can see, when the big one has to come back in. The little one's just a puppy. We don't go out alone with her, or she doesn't go out alone. Well, that's going to change because the other thing that's coming, in addition to the mic and the shock mount, are 2 monitor mounts, like heavy duty ones that can support heavier monitors. I've got the 2 ultra monitors that you're seeing in the video right now. And then right below the camera are 2 28-inch monitors, 28-inch, both of them. One is in the portrait, and I have like checklist type stuff on that. That's where our phones are, some of the other chat, whatever else. You can hit us up in the chat, by the way, if you're watching or listening via social media. What else? And you can call us 1-888-88-YERGS. I want to know if you know this guy. It is raining. I want to know if you know this guy. There we go. So he's an uber conservative, like it's not even. You got to question his legitimacy because he's not even. I don't know, but he's doing this thing. He's in Chicago right now, and he's going around attendee to attendee, asking questions in effort to embarrass them and prove that Kamala Harris followers aren't all that bright. Well, this guy that you see on the screen right now actually gives a way better answer than any Trump supporter has ever given. And when I first saw him doing this, I'm like, wait a minute, why does this look familiar? And I'm like, oh, that's why. Because I can't think of his name right now, but there's a guy from the Comedy Channel or Comedy Network, the Today Show, or not the Today Show. It's one comedy, The Daily Show. That's what it is. The Daily Show. And see, now when you see, there's his logo. It's this like caricature, like Where's Waldo meets Donald Trump with that wavy haircut. That is why I bust. Shout out to Blake from our Friday episode. Blake Fisher, our homeless conservative. That is why I bust his stones, because of that wavy haircut that he's got and the shaved sides and whatever else. It's just sad. This guy hasn't had an original thought since he decided to go to the bathroom. And so now and I'm going to play it for you. So now he's she's in Chicago, and he's talking with people about the DNC. And there's another one that he was there. If you're watching me scroll there, he's there too. But there's another one. There's one where he did just that. Byron Reynolds, Uncle Byron. I love the New York Post. They give Benny Johnson something to read. Inside the Benny bunker. Yeah, that's where Trump was, inside a bunker, when he was needed outside. Come on, where are you? He did one where he's at the DNC. And he's showing, all the security of the DNC. Wow, he's posting a lot. Wait a minute, doesn't his profile say, let's just look at his profile just for a second here. Oh, he's a media personality. Oh, okay, good. 2.6 million knuckleheads. He's got a line. Oh, he doesn't have it on here. Maybe it's on his Facebook. One of the ones he has, you see the Betty Ross flag. And if an agency like the FBI testified before Congress, I was doing so good. If an agency like the FBI testified before Congress and said, these symbols are now being used by white supremacists, would you continue to use that symbol? Would you maybe reconsider your brand? But not Benny, because he's a patriot. That's the other word I hate seeing on social media. That is not a word you get to tell people that you are. They tell you. So that's the one with the Kamala Harris supporters. I'm trying to find, and I'll just tell you the story because it's equally as fast. But he reports like he's live from outside the DNC, which is great. Good for him. He fooled enough 2.4 million people into giving him enough money. We'll get there. Jamie Hillary, good speeches. I mean, they weren't good if you're Republican because kind of slammed Republicans. Oh, there's two assets. Eric and Laura. We love America. We love our Constitution. We love religion. We love everything that our country stands for. Okay, so it doesn't actually stand for religion, to be clear. Freedom of religion, for some people, means freedom from it. Well, now we might have found something I agree on. He's got this post that you're seeing on the screen right now. I don't know what this Benny Bunker thing is. But, that's Stephen Colbert. Yeah, see, that's what a real celebrity looks like, Stephen, or Benny. So Rick Scott, who, as we remember, had a flaming, failing attempt to beat DeSantis, sadly, calls this guy an all-time legend. Well, okay, I don't know. Maybe Martin Luther King, somebody who can draw a real crowd, might disagree with that. But I digress. Mitch McConnell's days are numbered. And our next Senate leader. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. Here it is. Okay, watch this. Watch this douchebag.
What's with all these walls?
Security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do walls work?
Yeah, I think so. Will they help?
So would you be in favor of a border wall?
Not really.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny here at the...
Okay, you're not my boy, to be clear. And he's making the argument that if we can put a wall about around the DNC, which, again, to be clear, was also around the RNC. I know because I've been to them. I was there, actually working with a real job that I got paid nicely for. Not like you're begging people. He's making the argument that if we can have walls around VIP events, we should be able to have them around our country. Which, by the way, there's no wall between here and Canada. At all. Anywhere. Except, like, actually at the checkpoints where you drive through. Kind of sort of for obvious reasons. But then once you get away from the checkpoint, it's just grass. Or water.
The DNC in Chicago. You may remember for the last 7 years of American history, all walls are racist and evil. Remember it, say it, repeat it. Yet,
What? I got an actual response to that. Barry, you here? Yeah, here he is.
First of all, what? What?
Yeah, I don't get it. President Obama checking in. So all walls are racist now. Well, when you call the people that you're trying to keep out rapists and murderers, among other things, I could see your point, Benny. I think Benny Boy's got a point. Because it's my boy Benny, so we're going to call him Benny Boy.
You will find a shocking thing that we have discovered here at the DNC. Right behind us, you can see the DNC logo, yet in front of the DNC is a massive wall. Warning signs, armed officers, armed to the teeth. Massive barricades. What's going on here? I can't.
It's called security. And I know because the only way you know how to do that is by eliminating all Muslims from coming into the country. You really probably don't know a lot about it.
Can't believe this change in policy. Is Kamala Harris going to agree to a wall on the southern border? We don't know. Is this the new actions of the border czar?
She was never a border czar. Fact. Never a border czar at all. Ever. Ever. I love when these people jump on and give me like phone numbers from, like, I need a satellite phone to call this guy. Okay. I don't know what all this means. Maybe if you, somebody from Belize. Okay. We don't have anybody on that one again, but that's why I don't know if I want to waste my time with chat during the show. Not until I get intelligent people. Back to intelligent people. Not.
We don't know, but that's one hell of a wall. We're going to investigate today at the DNC. It's your boy, Benny. Let's go. Look.
Oh, my God. Benny's on the case. Oh, we're going to get down to it now. Oh, thank you, Benny. Thank you for begging people to donate money so you can go on their dime to be a reporter. Be on the case. This is why I drink.
Look at the size of this thing. Look at this. Look. I'm 6 foot tall. On a good day, I'm 6'1". Look at this.
That's the hair, Benny. That's the hair. Look at that. I'm giving you 6'1" today. Well done.
Look at that. Look. That's got to be 7-8 feet tall. What have we told you? This is Trump's dream. And look right there, the Sears Tower, just plain as day. You can see it right there. We're in downtown Chicago. Look at that. Little electronic devices. They're definitely watching us right now. You can see the little bubble right there. So you'll see here, ladies and gentlemen, that you are not allowed to fly drones. You are able to fly drones over Donald Trump's rallies if you are a would-be assassin, but not here, ladies and gentlemen. No drone zone. Do not enter. Authorized zone only. And ladies and gentlemen, Chicago's finest. Baby, not only do they got giant black wall.
That was actually a Secret Service agent. Oh, I love when asshats like this guy prove their ignorance. It makes my job easier. Now, if more of his folks would be smart enough to listen to us here, it would be a good day. But his whole argument is they've got all this security. I was my very first year in the Secret Service was 2000. And I came on to the service into the Philadelphia field office. In that year, if you remember your presidential history, we had the RNC, his favorite little party that he just alluded to there, in Philadelphia. And it was identical to what you're seeing in that video. Everything was the same. The tall fence, the barricades, vehicle barricades, the wall can come down and you drive over it as it's, flat on the ground. All that. We're looking at least 24-year-old technology. At least. There's nothing new here, Benny. You're not seeing any. Well, it's new to you, Benny boy, because you don't get out much. I mean, you think his bunker in Trump Tower is. I wonder how much he's renting that for a week. Because I promise you, Donnie ain't giving it to him for free. The Benny Show. And he's got his Rode microphone. Because nothing says an actual journalist like the company that does the podcasting commercial or hobby stuff. Good job, Benny. He's got his flag on. That the flag, by the way, we got them coming too. They get here next week. We'll have Mastiff Media on the thing that's right here. And then on these smaller mics, there'll be one that goes on the back. So instead of his windscreen, that foamy thing, says Rode on it. Here it says Shure. That's who makes my microphone. Much better microphone. And now we're even getting a better microphone where you don't have to put the name on it. That's how good it is. You'll recognize it tomorrow's show for those who watch. Of course, I'm probably jinxing myself now. Something's going to happen. It's not going to get here. Oh, great. I smell dog pee. We're almost there. So Benny Boy thinks that because we have this big wall in Chicago now, we could have had that along the Mexico border. You know what? He's right. We could have had that along the Mexico border. And in fact, twice. This many, Benny. Twice. There was a bill in Congress. First time it didn't get through. Second time it got through. Bipartisan, Republican and Democrat. Or I should say because of who proposed it, Democrat and Republican. Got it ready to be voted on. The anticipation was that it would pass, and the phone rang. And it was Donnie Boy. It wasn't Benny Boy, it was Donnie Boy. Calling Mitchie and everybody else, saying, don't vote for this bill. Are you crazy? We can't have the border secured come election time. Wait it out. Because that'll benefit me. Because if you haven't figured it out yet, that is all people like Benny Boy and Donnie Boy care about, is themselves. That's it. It's that simple. It's really that easy. I've been telling you that for 9 years. When I saw him during his first campaign, and I heard the things that were being said backstage, I'm like, why do we not have press here? Oh, that's why. Because they don't want them here. They don't want them here. Except that guy, who's a hack. He can't be that stupid. He can't be that stupid. Is he? I don't know. Whatever. So he wants this wall that's around the DNC to go around the country. It's only 2 times today. Meanwhile, it's not across Canada at all. There's a river there for part of it and a couple of lakes. These really big puddles. That's it. Oh, Benny. Benny. 99.1 WDJY. We're going to take one more break, and then we'll be back after this. Maybe. Do you have a podcast? Of course you do. It's probably one of the reasons why. Send.ai. All you do is take your pre-recorded data, click, drag, and drop right into the inbox for FlowSend AI. Click a button, and out comes everything that you're going to need. From the transcript to content, such as keywords, titles for your episode, the timeline, posts for LinkedIn, posts for Twitter, Instagram, other smaller platforms, all the things that it takes you hours to do in literally minutes. So go to flowsend.ai. Tell them Jurg sent you and get your subscription today. Worth every penny. Flowsend.ai.
Talking about retribution.
Retribution and going after people is disrespect of our military.
The military people that he's disgraced.
91.
Criminal felonies.
4 different indictments.
He mishandled classified documents.
Taking documents.
Now his desire to do away with NATO.
Donald Trump talks about abandoning Ukraine.
He said he'll be a dictator on day one.
If he's going to be a dictator on day one, he's going to be a dictator, period.
That kind of stuff scares me.
Absolutely scares me.
The second Trump term would be worse than the first.
A second term for Trump would be far more extreme.
It is dangerous, outright dangerous.
I cannot support Donald Trump again.
I'd never vote for him again.
You'll never get my vote. Ever, ever.
Never, ever. Yeah, that Benny. And that's what I don't, just to wrap up for today, I don't think this is going to be close. I never thought it was going to be close. I knew ultimately what Joe Biden brought to the table. I know he's older, but have you heard this guy talk? Like, at all? The way he mumbles? The way he gets people's, not just people's name wrong, like, Benny Johnson here. We'll call him Barry Johnson. Actually, he's done stuff like that. His own VP candidate. But then when trying to refer to Nancy Pelosi, he called her Nikki Haley. A totally separate person. Because that's who you want with nuclear codes. So I just see, when the other bit that we showed where he's interviewing, and I didn't get to it, but the guy's answer, he's out selling T-shirts. He's making money. That's what he's trying to do. That's all. He doesn't care. He's just trying to make money because he knows that's who's going to buy that T-shirt. He doesn't have any Trump stuff because he knows he's not going to sell them there. See how that works? But he was smart enough to say, I don't know who Waltz is. I haven't looked him up yet. Meanwhile, we got maggots in Trumpville. He could stand on the steps of the White House and commit murder, and I'm with him. Really? That's who you want for president? This country needs a dictator. I'm sorry to say that, but this, really? Why? What's so bad? Because people are standing up to tyrants like Donald Trump? I think we just lost somebody. What was that? Oh, must be that time. And it is. All right, well, good times. For those that are still with us, we lost 99.1 and America One Radio because I got to rambling again. We'll see you all again tomorrow. This is the Mastiff Media Network. You've been up the middle and in the doghouse. See you tomorrow.